Marshall. Number 14, Sienna Clement. Number 15, Caroline Smith. Number 17, Danny Lee. Number 19, Logan Devereaux. And number 20, Melissa Jin. And now the starters for the Carnegie Mellon Tartans. A 6'2" senior opposite hitter from Houston, Texas. Number 2, Bella Woodard. A 6' senior outside hitter from Davie, Florida. Number 4, Catherine Jackson. A 6'2" senior middle blocker from McLean, Virginia. Number 6, Juliana McFarland. A 5'7" junior center from Los Angeles, California. Number 8, Neha Tomato. A 6' senior middle blocker from Hampton High School in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Number 10, Ty Hockenroser. A 5'9" junior from outside hitter from Corte Madera, California. Number 18, Kate Chow. And the libero, a junior, 5'5" from Tavern, California. Number 9, Zoe Gavro. And a 5'6" sophomore from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Number 11, Izzy Sacro. The assistant coach for the Tartans is Aaron Streets, and the head coach for Carnegie Mellon is Ann Cox. And now for the Hope Flying Dutch. Starting with the non-starters, number 3, Natalie Panucci. Number 4, Brooke Hale. Number 5, Gracie Allen. Number 7, Abby Samuel. Number 9, Jenna James. Number 10, Ella Catan. Number 13, Ella Decline. Number 14, Angie Butler. Number 15, Kate Vanderhill. Number 17, Jill Cohen. Number 18, Keon Morrison. And number 19, Tess Herendeen. And now the starting lineup for the Hope Flying Dutch. A 5'11" senior outside hitter from Alto, Michigan. Number 1, Kate Larson. A 5'7" freshman outside hitter and defensive specialist from Belmont, Michigan. Number 2, Amelia Canyon. A 6'1" junior middle blocker from Grand Haven, Michigan. Number 6, Cameron Vogel. A 5'7" senior center from Plymouth, Michigan. Number 11, Lauren Reed. A 6'4" sophomore middle blocker from Heartland, Wisconsin. Number 16, Olivia Weimar. A 5'9" senior outside hitter from Sonneman, Illinois. Number 21, Brooke Fox. And the libero, a junior, 5'6" from Liberty Township, Ohio. Number 12, Kate Oates. The assistant coaches for the Flying Dutch are Taylor Babick, Amber Morse, and Gabby Wermeyer. And the associate head coach, Carrie Lahaki, and the head coach of the Flying Dutch is Jesse Smith. Carnegie Mellon University and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and fans. We request your cooperation in supporting the student athletes and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We appreciate your cooperation in creating a safe and positive game environment. Respect, it's the name of the game. And tonight's officials, the referees, are Gretchen Galloway and E.J. Schwartz. And the lines judges are Doug Patterson and Robert Fay.
Welcome to the Highmark Center here on the campus of Carnegie Mellon University for this presentation of the NCAA Division III Women's Volleyball Championship between the second seed Hope College Flying Dutch and the host, the 3 seed Carnegie Mellon University Tartans. I'm Grant Archuleta, joined by Kevin Zamansky. Kevin, tonight is going to be a battle. Last night, both teams played, and they won victoriously in both.
Yeah, it was Hope over Southern Virginia, 25-21, 20-25, 26-24, 25-22 for a 3-1 victory. Hope comes out of the MIAA. They were undefeated on their conference record, 8-0, 22-5 overall. They are on a 6-match winning streak. The Tartans, they finished 4th in the UAA, rallied to win the conference tournament 3-0 over Wash U. Carnegie Mellon 4-3 in UAA play on the season, 25-8 overall on the season. And here in the SID talk, they did a little bribing with the students, Grant, to create some environment here. We got a good crowd for this matchup. We saw a good one in the opening match with Eau Claire defeating Wittenberg 3-1. And now the nightcap to see who's going to play Eau Claire tomorrow at 5 p.m.
And Amelia Gannon will get the ball in hand to get this first set underway for the Dutch. That's going to be right at Jackson. Up for John, off the hands of the front line for the Dutch. And that return from Herendeen is going to drop short of the net. And the Tartans are going to strike first in this first set.
Well, the first set was for this left side. That appeared to be number 4, Catherine Jackson, with the first swing. First point to the Tartans.
This will be dug out by Oates. Up for Jackson. Kept alive by Lee. Jackson with a big swing. Oates is underneath it. Lee trying to catch the Tartans sleeping. And there's a kill for number 2, Bella Woodard. Woodard had a big night last night, trying to continue that again against the Dutch. Kate John to serve. At Oates again. Lee underneath it. For Burbridge. Good work by the Tartans. Lee again for Burbridge, and that time Cameron Burbridge connects, and it finds the court.
Yeah, right from the middle there. Burbridge, she had 12 kills yesterday. Gets her first of this match. Just very quickly, CMU won 25-21, 25-19, 25-11 yesterday over Stevens in the first round.
Good work by John to regather herself. Good dig by Gannon. Again, John is there for Jackson. Tumala sends it over for the reset. Up for Burbridge, and once again, Cameron Burbridge gets the kill for the Flying Dutch.
Attacking from the middle of the front line, Grant. Burbridge, she's listed 6'1", so it's got good size there in the middle. She's found some opportunities to get some kills.
That one up for kept alive for the Tartans. Jackson sends it across. That one's going to be just long.
Three consecutive points for the Flying Dutch. What is a cool name, Grant? The Flying Dutch.
Yeah.
There's also the Flying Dutchman. That's Union College, so I got to make sure I don't say that.
That one's up for Woodward. Blocked out of bounds by Burbridge. I believe Hope was originally the Flying Dutchman. They've recently changed it just to the Dutch. Bryn Schern now serving for the Tartans. Lee up, and that's going to connect for Kate Lertzema. Finds the back quarter of the court.
Yeah, really good placement on that one. Deep right corner.
And another star for the Hope Flying Dutchman checking in, Olivia Wyma at the front line there. Catherine Oates to serve. And Jackson, a little miscommunication with her and John, and that's going to be an ace for Oates. And that's adding to Oates' 38 aces on the year.
Got 5 of the last 6 points of the Flying Dutch.
Right at John. Kumala underneath it for Jackson. Goes cross court. Going to come off the hands of a diving Brooke Fox for a Tartan point.
Catherine Jackson picking up that kill for the Tartans.
Danny Lee now serving for the Tartans. Tartans trying to tie it up on this possession. Dug out by Gannon, sent to the backcourt. Oates there. Lee sending it over for the reset. Dug out by Jown. Up for Lima, and that's going to be just wide for the Tartan point, and the Tartans have tied it up 5-5 in the first set.
Coach Schmidt off the bench for Hope College, questioning that second contact at the net, Grant. She wanted an explanation, but the point ends up going to the Tartans. We're tied at 5.
And there's some trickery there from Lauren Lee, and that's going to find the bottom corner of the net. Good court awareness by Lee. Lee, the MIAA MVP and first team member. Right at John. Lee underneath it. For Schlemmer. Sends it right at Oates. Parkenrother sends it over. Up for Wyma, and she's going to find the middle of the court, that no man's land on the Tartans. Wyma probably wanted to get a little more on that. Does just enough to get it over the front line and gives her team a 2-point lead. Right at Gavin Rose. Lee gets it back into play. Up for Wyma. Finds the back corner, and it'll be a Wyma looking to get red hot in this match.
Lima, 6'4", middle blocker from Heartland, Wisconsin. Bringing the size on that front line.
Gavin Rose pass completed to Lee. John sending over right at Wyma. Wyma again finding that back corner. John just a little bit out of place there, trying to get it over the net. And that's going to cause our first timeout here by Coach Bach and the Tartans. Something to touch on. These two teams did face earlier this year, September 18th. Hope College swept the Tartans 3-0. The first 2 sets were a back and forth matchup, the first 2 sets were handedly won by Hope College. The third set, the Tartans started to show a little bit of life, but Hope ultimately taking it 3-0.
25-16, 25-17, 26-24, and the win by 2. But just on that last point, Grant, you could see Wyma, she took a peek, and it was such awareness that she could see that space in that back right corner. So instead of going for the offense in the set, she just basically was like a two-handed dunk into that back corner. So great awareness. That's the one thing about this sport that I've observed, Grant, is it moves so fast. These players have to make such quick decisions. And that was an example of a very good one where she saw the space and was just like 2 hands back corner point. And that forced the timeout by Coach Bach. Tartans down 4. Gonna have to contend with that size in the front line for the Flying Dutch. They even wear the orange like the Dutch Olympic. You know, that's their color in the flag of the Netherlands. And they got the anchor down logo up there, like the broken anchor of the boat, Flying Dutch.
Kirkenrother sends it over, up for the Dutch. Jackson's going to send it cross court off the hands of Fox. Fox and Oates both trying to get there. Too powerful from Jackson.
That's what you want, Grant. If you're going to take the timeout to stop the rally, you want to come out. It's like in basketball. You want to execute, you want to get the basket. You want to get that point after the timeout. They did.
Definitely good work there by Coach Bach. Up for Wyma. Big block at the net by Herkenrother. Diving effort from Gavin Rose, going to come up short. Gavin Rose last night, the unsung hero for the Tartans, all over the court, making one-handed digs and saves for her side. Contributed well for Carnegie Mellon.
Content with the finesse to get that point for the Flying Dutch.
Up for Wyma, coming off a couple of Tartans able to get it over. Herkenrother last to touch it. Leave the set for John. Set cross court, past a diving Herendeen. And Kate John with the kill for the Tartans.
John with a good kill, diagonal, saw that space there, get that back right corner.
The libero, Gavin Rose, to serve. Right at Oates, the opposite libero. And that's a kill for Brooke Fox off the block attempt.
Fox really came with the power on that one. The good elevation, the big swing. Back to the service line.
In the last meeting, September 18th, Brooke Fox led the Dutch with 9 kills in that match. Lee taking the brunt of that kill from John. And it's going to come up short.
John with the velocity, the power on that kill right at the back line. Defender for Hope College. Nothing she could do with that one except react and defend herself. Point to the Tartans.
Nea Tumala, the junior, to serve. Dug out by Fox, lead the set for Burbridge. And Cameron Burbridge laying down the anchor on top of the Tartans with another strong kill.
Really good set. Grant wasn't too high where she could use her size and come down into the ball and get the spike.
And into serve, and that one's going to be in. John thought it was just wide, going to be in. Another note on those good sets from Lee. Lee, after the game yesterday, talked about how she feels so confident at able to, she knows she can set it up, and her teammates are going to slam it down. Good save there by Gannon to keep that one in play. Up for Fox, blocked out of bounds for the Dutch point.
Slid the two-person wall over to the right side, but it's going to get the ricochet out, and they're going to stay at the line. This is 3 consecutive points.
Gannon serving to Jackson. The Tartans passing it around a little bit as John sends it over. Lee trying to catch him sleeping. Up for John, sent right at Herendeen. Gannon sends it to Oates, who sends it over for the reset. Up for Woodard. Kept alive by the Dutch. And Burbridge with the kill. Cameron Burbridge setting the tone for her side as Juliana McFarland got the last to touch it. And that's going to cause second timeout from Coach Bach. And we'll be right back after this.
We're back.
Welcome back inside the Highmark Center here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for this 2-seed, 3-seed matchup between the Hope College Flying Dutch and the Carnegie Mellon University Tartans. The Dutch coming out strong early in this first set, leading 15-8, having the Tartans on the heels early. The Dutch already forcing Coach Bach to take 2 timeouts.
Some dancing going on the sidelines over there for that song, Grant. The Flying Dutch are feeling pretty good about themselves with a 7-point lead here.
Right at Jackson. Tumala underneath it for John. Blocked by the Dutch. Again for John. Blocked once again by the Dutch. Gavin Rose sends it up for Jackson, sent to the backcourt. Up for Fox, and Brooke Fox off the hands of Jackson. It's going to find the bottom corner.
That hit the defenders, went wrong. That's the Hope College offense is really clicking right now, Grant. The CMU Tartans defense can't seem to find it. They're just throwing it over, not getting into their offense. There's another great example of it where they just can't get the ball where they want, where they can run their offense.
And that's going to be a ace from Amelia Gannon. She's the leader in the MIAA service aces per set. Right at Jackson again. Tamala for John. John trying to get it over that front line with some finesse. Unable to. Up for Woodard. Set off the hands of the libero Oates.
Much needed point for Carnegie Mellon. It had been 6 consecutive points for Hope College. Down 8. serving in the first set.
Drawn serve. Dug out by Oates. Lee trying to catch him sleeping. Tumala was there. Lee up for Gannon. Sent right at Tumala. Up for John. Kept alive by Gannon once again. For Burbridge. Woodard's there. Jackson sending to the backcourt. Herendeen again was there. Blocked out of bounds by McFarland.
Tartan's not getting any of the opportunities at the net at the front line with an attack. The attack coming from the back line really reduces your chances to get the kill. And the Flying Dutch have doubled them up so far in this first set.
Fox with the serve. Right at Gavin Rose. For McFarland. And that's going to be a violation on the Tartans. Brooke Fox still serving. 36 aces on the year for Fox. Trying to get one here. Right at Gavin Rose. Tumala keeping it on their side. And McFarland unable to get her hand on it completely. It's going to fall for another Hope College Flying Dutch point.
Another example of the Tartans not able to get their offense in flow. Right? Just looks disjointed right now.
Well, that's John.
See, again.
Just again, a little too far on that pass from John. And Kate Lertimo was there waiting for it to slam it home for the Dutch. Fox still with the serve. Again at Gavin Rose. Up for Woodard. Sent cross court. And that one's going to find it. Bella Woodard with the kill.
Senior opposite hitter right there. Right side, left swing. Puts that one down cross court. See if that gives Carnegie Mellon a little bit of a momentum to stop a 4-point run.
Shern clips the net with the serve. Herkenrother trying to send to the backcourt. Kept alive. And there's another kill by Cameron Burbridge. Burbridge playing lights out once again here in the Highmark Center. The Dutch have a 22-10 lead in this first set. It's Catherine Oates goes to serve. Right at Jackson. Up for Woodard, a little behind her. She gets there, sends it to the backcourt. Up for Gagnon, sent way long. A little too much hand on that one.
Fortunate for Carnegie Mellon, as you mentioned, that set was too far behind her. She couldn't do much with it except put it over the net. And Hope College with the unforced error gives the Tartans a point, but they're still down by half, 22-11.
Lee right at Gannon. Kept alive by John. For Jackson, blocked by Weima. And right now the Dutch are flying.
Yes, they are. And if you're Coach Bach and the Tartans, you know you're likely going to lose this first set. So you want to find something, right? Get something working better to get ready for that second set.
Moving the ball around, wanting to see something. And Jackson there going to send it long, calling for a touch off a Dutch. Not going to get it. Gretchen Galloway, our lead ref for this one. Dug out by John. Up for Herkenrother. Kept alive by Weima. Diving attempt by Jackson. Keep it alive. Conte drops it over the front line. Schlemmer there with the kill for the Tartans. Off the block attempt. Catherine Jackson to serve. Had 12 kills against the Dutch last time. Jackson trying to get hot. Big block there at the net by the Tartans. Kate John and Kyer Herkenrother with, yes, a monster block at the net for the Tartans. Trying to get this crowd into the match. That one clips the net, and there's an ace for Jackson. And the crowd goes wild.
And the Tartan players on the bench do their flying airplane things. That's what they needed to get into this game. They need a little bit of a run, Grant. This is their third consecutive point.
Jackson to serve again, right at Oates. Sent just in front of the net. And there's a kill for Kate Lertsima. And the Dutch are going to take this first set here in the Highmark Center. 25-14 against the Carnegie Mellon University Tartans. And we'll be right back right here on NCAA.com. Back inside the Highmark Center at Carnegie Mellon University, where the Dutch flew in that first set, taking it 25-14.
Yeah, afterwards, timeout was 9-5, the Dutch. Timeout taken by Carnegie Mellon. They got the 6.96, and then they only got 8 other points after that. It was a really impressive run. 6-point run, 4-point run for Hope College to really dominate that first set. Shout out to the DJ playing some good music again. A little Crazy Train. Back from my grade school days, Grant. You weren't even alive. But some good music on a fun night here. Good crowd.
It'll be Gavin Rose on that Crazy Train trying to get her side fired up for this second set as Lee gets us underway. And there's been an ace to open up this second set for Danny Lee off the hands of Tess Herendine. Lee to serve. Dug out that time by Herendine, sent wide, kept in by Fox. Up for Jackson, and Catherine Jackson finds the perfect spot going cross court for the kill.
Really well done by Jackson over there, Grant. She had the ability to get on top of that ball because it looked like it might go long, but she had that spin on it, the top spin, to get it down in the corner.
Lee underneath it for Gagnon. That one up for Jackson again. Right at Oates. Done well to keep that in. Right at Gavin Rose. Up for Lurtz.
Oh, crafty.
Good work there by the Dutch. Lauren Lee again, a star for the Dutch. And Coach Schmidt.
You always think of the kills with the big swings and the power, but right there, the change of pace, put it down. You also get a kill for that.
Booth set for Jackson, right at Fox. Done well to dig it out. Set cross court by Lertsima. Blocked out of bounds that time by Burbridge. Very uncharacteristic from Burbridge there.
Burbridge is floating back and forth in the middle there. She floated right for that wall, but it went off the wall and out. Tartans with a little mo early here. They needed it.
And that's going to be an ace for Jackson. Catherine Jackson, who heated up in the first matchup back on September 18th against these two teams, trying to do the same for her side. And that one sent too far by Fox, and John was there to clean it up. Sent right to the empty court. And this crowd is rocking in the Highmark Center.
It wasn't an ace, but it was placed where they weren't able to get a set they wanted. It went over the net for an easy kill for the Tartans.
They're out by Oates. Up for Burbridge, right at Gavin Rose. Gavin Rose sent too much, and Burbridge doubles back and gets the kill.
Didn't get that kill the first time. The second time, it was right there in the middle for her. She just hammered that one down.
Catherine Oates again to serve. Sent right at John, off the top of her arm, sent to the back court. Gavin Rose pursues well. Jackson sends it over for the reset. Dug out again by Gavin Rose. Gets a pop from the crowd. Lee with the set for Lertsima, and that one's going to be just long by Kate Lertsima. And the Tartans with a little bit of momentum.
Well, you really got to compliment Gavros right there, tracking down that really long one. And then the second one, she kept that ball alive twice to eventually collect that point for the Tartans. So big sequence for Gavros right there. And as she runs off, her teammates really appreciate the efforts. She's pretty fired up over there.
Shern to serve. Lee trying to get tricky. Schmeider sent it cross court. Lima. And there's a kill for the Tartans from Kate John. And that's going to force Becky Schmidt's first timeout of the matchup.
First kill, Grant. They went down the line instead of cross corner diagonal.
And we'll be right back here in the Highmark Center after this. And we're back here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for this NCAA Division III Volleyball Championship game between the Carnegie Mellon Tartans and the Hope College Flying Dutch.
The Tartans have come out in the second set like Rocky Grant. They're playing the music right now.
The Tartans taking a book from Stevens College last night. Stevens last night a little overwhelmed by the Tartans, having to pass the ball around a little bit, get it away from the front of the net. The Tartans doing the same early in the second set, getting it away from Hope College's impressive frontline defense. Shern to serve. All right, Gagnon. Lee underneath it for Wyma. Big block by the Tartans. But that block a little too much. Wyma, so much power. And that block from McFarland going to go out of bounds.
Gavros checks back into the back line for Carnegie Mellon to receive this.
Right at Gavros for McFarland. Lee with a one-handed save. Dug out by Gavros. Up for John, sent to the backcourt, and Oates had nothing to do with that one.
Jown, you can see her back up a couple times. She didn't get that first one. Second set came to her, and she attacked the net right there with the cross-corner winner.
Naya Tumala to serve for the Tartans. Sent short, right at Lee. Up for Lertzima. Kept live by Oates. Right at Woodard. Up for Jown. Good effort by Lertzima. But McFarland slams it home for the kill.
Grant, you could actually see McFarland's face and eyes get wide when she saw that. Basically was a slow pitch softball right there at the middle of the net. She wanted that spike and she got it.
Lertzima did well to get one hand to it to pop it back up as that serve catches the net. But McFarland was all over it. Tess Herendeen checking in for the Dutch. She gets ready to serve. Herendeen right at Jackson. Tumala underneath it for Woodard. Right at Content. Tumala again for Jown. And the Dutch are going to be penalized. And that's going to be a Tartan point.
Sure if it was a net or a foot on the line, but nevertheless, 10th point for the Tartans is 10-4.
Dug out that time by Herendeen. Up for Fox, kept live by Jackson. Great reactions from Catherine Jackson, who sent it over the reset. Lee underneath it for Content. Saved by Jown. Sent cross court. And again, the Dutch going to be penalized. And the Tartans keep their foot on the pedal here with a little help from the Dutch. Kept him by Oates.
Oh, wow.
And the Tartans were going to celebrate. Done well to keep this one alive. Up for Jackson. That one off the hands of Fox. Herendeen in pursuit. And it's going to be a Tartan point. The Tartans celebrated a little prematurely, still able to get the job done. And now Lauren Lee showing that leadership, gathering her team together.
What a remarkable sequence. The reflex save, like you mentioned, the Tartans are ready to celebrate. They had to get back in the mindset of running their offense.
Gretchen Galloway having words with Lee. I'm not sure if she's a fan of that little team meeting they had without calling a timeout for it. Oates up for Fox at cross court off the hands of Jown. And the Dutch end that run.
It was a three-point run for CMU. Crazy how it changes from one set to the other, huh, Grant?
Yeah.
I mean, Hope was in control the first set.
And Angie Butler getting her first look in this match on that serve and send that one right into the net. Her teammates picking her up after that one. Gavin Rose to serve. Up for Burbridge, dug out by Gavros. Once again for Jackson. Oates tried to get it to the front line for Lee, but it clips the net. And the Tartans lead 14-5. And the student body starting to get more and more into this match. Off the hands of Fox, set into the backcourt. Oates is there. Lee sends it over back to Gavin Rose. And there's a kill by Jackson. Forces another timeout from the Dutch. And the Dutch a bit on their heels in this one. A little unlike the Dutch, especially after last match, taking it 3-1. And especially after that September 18th matchup between these Tartans.
Yeah, they won all 4 sets they played. So to find themselves down 10 in this second set, Gavros ran to the service line. She wanted the ball. It was interesting, though. Libero ran off as Catherine Oates. She was grabbed by the assistant coach for Hope College that really wanted to emphasize a point, something that happened in that last sequence. So that was interesting to see.
Hope, a very experienced team in high-pressure situations. Coach Schmidt really liked the way her team rebounded last night after their defeat in the MIAA conference against Calvin University.
Yeah, they went down in the final 3 sets to 1. They won the first 25-23, but then Calvin came back 25-14, 25-18, 25-18 to get the 3 consecutive and the 3-1 victory in the MIAA conference tournament.
Gavros to get us back underway in this second set. Her team leading 15-5. Right at Fox. Sent over by Fox. Up for Woodard, kept alive by Gavros and Jown. Jackson sends it over for the reset at Burbridge. Up for Content, who keeps it in. Can't keep it inside the antenna, and that's going to be a Tartan point.
It's basically a surrender third contact for the Tartans, give Hope College an opportunity to do what they want, and they just couldn't get it going, and point to the Tartan.
Up for Content, and that one's going to be in. The Tartans made their case for it being out. Not going to get that call. And the Dutch are out of timeouts, so Coach Schmidt and the Flying Dutch going to have to bear through this second set, down by 10. Amelia Gagnon to serve. At Jown. Up for Jackson. Blocked, kept alive by Herkenrother. Up for Fox, kept in by Gavros. Tumala sends it to the backcourt. Up for Fox again, blocked by Woodard. Up for Woodard. Great dig there by Herendeen. Up for Gagnon. Kept alive by Jown, and a good rally forming here. Jackson set to the cross court right at Oates. Up for Fox. Blocked by Herkenrother. And Burbridge able to get the better of the Tartans in that long rally.
What a rally that was, and the Flying Dutch get their first time in this set where they get 2 consecutive points.
Gagnon trying to lead this charge, and that one's gonna be a service error on Gagnon as Lee and Schlemmer come back into the game.
Second serve for the Tartans, number 17, Danny Lee.
Danny Lee, the freshman, getting called in a big moment.
Football, no?
And that's going to be a rotation error on the Dutch. Coach Schmidt needing an explanation.
So do I.
Danny Lee to serve again after that rotation error from the Dutch. Good call by Brooke Fox to see that one out. Kate Lurtsima checking back in the game for the Dutch, trying to get her side going and the front net. Down by 10. Sent to the backcourt, and that's going to be out of bounds. Good call by Gavros and Jown to see that one go long.
Yeah, good judgment. You could hear her directing her teammates to let that one go.
Jackson to serve. Dug out by Fox. Lee there for Burbridge, off the hands of Danny Lee. And it's going to be a Hope point. And the Hope bench trying to spark something for the Dutch. Catherine Oates now serving her team in a 10-point deficit. That one, another service error from the Dutch. And in the first set, we see a lot of errors and unforced mistakes from the Tartans. Now we're seeing them from the Flying Dutch.
Yeah, it's really hard to explain how that switches like that, right? You think that one team has all the momentum, and then the second set, it's just completely reversed.
And there's an ace for Jackson. Excuse me, Bryn Schern there with the ace. Schern, a great server with multiple 6-8 matches. That one up for Jown. And that one gonna come off the fingertips of Lee. And gonna be a Tartan point. Schern to serve. Dug out by Gagnon. Lee underneath it for Lurtsima, who's unable to get it over the net. And it's gonna be another Tartan point. The Tartans lead 23-9.
4 consecutive points, 5 of the last 6, 7 of the last 9. Second set, Grant, has turned into a rout unexpectedly.
Yep, Ella Dieklin now getting her first minutes. And there's an ace for Schern, right on cue for the Tartans.
Well, if that's not indicative of when it's going your way in the set, right there, it caught a good portion of the net and it falls right in the middle there, no man's land for the point.
It's going to be set point here for the Tartans. Lee underneath it. Lee up for Schlemmer, off the hands of Fox, set to the crowd. And it's going to be the Tartans taking this second set. The Tartans win the second set 25-9. And we are in store for a crazy third set right here at Carnegie Mellon University. We'll be right back, right here on the NCAA.com. Do you want to play college sports? Visit NCAA.org www.playcollegesports.com to learn more about NCAA eligibility requirements. And we are back here at this NCAA D3 Volleyball Championship in a tied match between the second seed Hope College Flying Dutch and the Carnegie Mellon third seed Tartans. The first set was won by the Dutch 25-14. The Dutch seemed in control of the match, but the Tartans came roaring back in the second set, winning 25-9, flipping the match on its head. And now this third set is anyone's.
Will the momentum swing back? Sorry, Grant, I'm just distracted by Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline right here.
That's all good. The whole crowd here in the Highmark Center enthralled by Sweet Caroline.
It's really strange. We were talking a bit, but Hope College dominated the first set. And then CMU dominated the second set. It's just amazing in this sport how it can swing like that. So come to the swing set, right? Somebody's going to be up 2-1 entering the fourth set with a chance to close out the match. And we're going to see where this one goes. Who can CMU continue the momentum? Or can Hope College steal the momentum back?
The Dutch with a little bit more experience in the pressure situations over the years. Let's see how they respond. Lee to get us underway. That one's up for Jackson, sent over Lee to Lee. Oates underneath it for Lurtsima. And that's going to be out. Good eye by John to see that one out.
And a good reaction by Herkenrother with that third touch. He just went with a quick jab, like a punch that put it over in Hope College's half of the court. And then they hit it long.
Jackson to serve. Dug out by Fox. Oates up for Lurtsima. Dug out by Gavro. Herkenrother swinging a miss, but Gavro sends it over for the reset. Olivia Wyma laying down the hammer for the Dutch. Trying to set the tone early for her frontline defense.
Well-placed kill right there.
Tess Herendeen to serve for the Flying Dutch. Dug out by Gavro. Up for John, off the hand of Herendeen. Up for Fox. That one just out of the reach of John. It's going to be a kill for Brooke Fox. Brooke Fox there adding to her 246 season kills. Gavros keeps that one in play. Up for Schlemmer. Off the hands of Fox and Wyma to the backcourt for the Tartan point. Bryn Shern coming in for the Tartans to serve, coming off her last possession where the Tartans went on a bit of a run. That one right at Fox. Lee underneath it for Constantine, who sends it too far. Jackson was there, saw it well, and saw it out. Shern to serve again. Right at Oates. Lee underneath it. Sent cross court at Shern again. Up for Schlemmer. Herendeen gets there. Lee gets there. Sent over by Fox. Up for McFarland. From Juliana McFarland.
Kind of announces herself for the first time in this match. Jackson was calling for it, and she circled from the far side to the middle, and it was a good reverse set back, and then the kill by McFarland.
Lee with the set for Fox, off the hands of McFarland that time, and going to be a Dutch point.
The finesse for the Dutch.
Cameron Burbridge back into the match. A huge component for Coach Schmidt's offense and defense. Lee underneath it for John, blocked blocked there by Compton and Burbridge. Contant there with a good block with some help from Burbridge. Up for Jones, sent cross court at Fox. Lee up for Burbridge. Lee with a diving dig. And McFarland sends it to the empty spot on the court. Good vision there by McFarland.
Good two-touch sequence for the Tartans with a good pancake save, and then McFarland, as you called it, with the vision to see that open court past that back line, and on that second touch, she pushed it over there and got the kill. So well done by McFarland after a good save.
Tumala to serve. Right at Fox. Lee underneath it for Burbridge. Tumala able to dig it out. Off the hands of Burbridge. Up for Cantant. And that one's going to fall into no man's land. Past a diving Gavros and Woodard.
It was good effort. I had a short concern that those two were going to knock heads with diving for that. Good recognition by Hope College to put it in that space. We're tied at 5.
Cleaning up a bit of residue on the court as Gannon gets us into this third set, tied at 5s. Up for McFarland. Dug out by Lee. Up for Fox. Blocked by McFarland. McFarland and Woodard setting up the wall at the front line there. McFarland getting the block.
Just watching her move on that point at that front line, side to side, really got her arms at an angle and put that one down without touching the net really well.
Lee up for Burbridge. Blocked out of bounds that time by Jackson. Sent to the front row here. In that front row is the men's basketball team for Carnegie Mellon, showing their support for their women's volleyball team. Fox to serve. Right at Gavros. Up for McFarland. Good effort by Gagnon to keep this one in play. Up for Woodard. Off the hands of Oates. And that'll be a kill for Bella Woodard.
Really good back set right there for the big swing from Woodard. Putting that one home for the Tartans. And what now, Grant, is a back and forth affair in the third set.
Couldn't expect a better third set here after two lopsided first sets from either team. And Woodard there after the big kill gets the block point.
Woodard with Hergenrother over there. Hergenrother pointing to Woodard after that point. A good block on that far side.
Gavros to serve at Fox. Lee tried to catch him sleeping, but Jackson was aware of it. And that time, Lertsima and Burbridge able to knock it over.
That ball just stayed right near that net that whole point. It's going high in the air. Nobody can really set it, move it, run their offense, point to the Flying Dutch.
Oates to serve at Jackson. Up for Jackson. Blocked out of bounds by Lauren Lee. Schlemmer and Danny Lee checking into the game. Danny Lee, her first chance to serve in this third set. Up for Lertsima, off a couple of Tartans. Up for Schlemmer.
I gotta tell you, Grant, I'm getting a kick out of Gavros and her celebration. She's really into when they get the point. You can tell how much it means to both sides. But
and there's an ace for Danny Lee, the freshman.
San Francisco University High School out of San Francisco, California.
Lee underneath it, sent right at Lee, and Lee sees it out all the way. And the Tartans looking to go on a bit of a run here, causing a timeout from Coach Becky Schmidt. And we'll be right back after this. The NCAA sponsors 92 national championships in 24 sports across 3 divisions each year. We cheer for the 500,000 student athletes in the game and in the classroom. For more information to find a championship near you, visit ncaa.com. And we're back in this third set. The Tartans going on a bit of a run. Coach Schmidt trying to cool them off. Danny Lee back to serve. Her last serve coming after an ace. That one at Gagnon. Up for Gavros with a diving dig. Off the hands of Gagnon, up to the rafters. Kept in by the Dutch. Lee with the set for Jackson. Sent right at Oates. Into the Hope bench, kept in Lertzima. Oates dug it out. Up for Weima. Up for Schlemmer. Kept alive. And that's going to be a Dutch point after a double hit violation from the Tartans. And the crowd here at the Highmark Center not agreeing with that one. They might have a little bit of bias.
No, I think that was the right call. I thought she hit it twice, Schlemmer over there. She was really calm for that one. I think I identified her as Jackson earlier in the match, but she's coming from that far side. She was aggressive.
Up for Herkenrother gets it over. Up for Weima. Diving save by Lee. Out of the reach of Jackson.
Okay, you get the timeout. You stop the 4-point run. Now you get 2 consecutive points. Coach Schmidt in her 22nd year using that experience to know when to take those timeouts.
And that pass from Jackson too long, sent back over to the Dutch. Up for Jackson, blocked out of bounds by Olivia Weima. Catherine Jackson had a career high 17 kills in the UAA quarterfinal match. And she's going well so far in this match. Up for Weima. Weima lays it down past a diving Gavros. Tess Herendeen checking back in for the Dutch as she gets the ball in hand.
Despite winning 6 of 7 points, the Tartans really did not put this one out of reach. 3 of 4 for Hope College, and now they're within 3.
That pass from Gavros finds Lee, and Schlemmer, and Herkenroth gets it over.
Ooh.
Big kill there from the Dutch.
Hammered down in the middle right there by number 16, Weima.
And that's going to be a timeout from Coach Ann Bach as they try and cool off this Hope offense. And we'll be right back after this. And we're back here at Carnegie Mellon University for this 2-seed, 3-seed matchup. Carnegie Mellon leading 13-11 against the Hope College Flying Dutch. Coach Bach calling a timeout after an Olivia Weima kill.
Yeah, that was a fireball kill right there that last time. She hammered that one right in the middle to get them within 2. Quick timeout by Coach Bach as they were in control 12-7 at one point. That's when Coach Schmidt took the timeout, and the tide swung the other way. For the next 5 points go to the Flying Dutch. And this swing set.
Such an important set in the game. Herendeen to serve. There by Jown, up Lee with the set for Jown. Blocked by Weima. Jackson get there. Gavros pops back up. That one's up for Weima off the hands of Herkenrother. Jackson sends it over for the reset. lead with the set for Fox. Dug out by Gavros. Up for John, off the hands of Wyma. Up for Fox again. Lee dug it out. Up for Schlemmer. Schlemmer sent it cross court right at Lauren Lee. Content hits the antenna, and that will be a Tartan point.
Extended rally where just a lot of surrenders over the net, not a lot of opportunities on the kill with the attack at the net, so eventually just a weird point ended with an antenna.
Those extended rally wins are so important in a match like this, where it can swing either way. As
big dig.
Bryn Schern gets the dig there on Wyma. Olivia Wyma so strong. Bryn Schern kind of just in the right place at the right time. Didn't have time to get out of the way. Just threw her arms at it.
Yeah, couldn't control it. She hit it so far and high, went kind of around the far antenna.
And Wyma goes straight in the net.
She probably goes out, so
Wyma probably not in the lineup for her serving.
Yeah, I was just to say she's probably a little more valuable at the front line, in the middle, as opposed to at the service line.
Tumala to serve. Right at Fox once again. Up for Burbridge. Cameron Burbridge with a kill. Just out of the reach of Jackson. And the Dutch have been attacking Catherine Jackson on their service. And the Tartans have been attacking Brooke Fox with their serves. That one goes just wide of Jackson and finds Gavros. Oates with the pass to Lee, up for Burbridge. Tumala gets it over, but just wide. Good eyes there by Oates to see it out.
Hope College has closed it to 1. Making a rally here. They're making a comeback with a rally.
Again to serve. Right at Jackson once again. Up for John. Off the hands of Burbridge. Burbridge again, that time off the hands of McFarland. And straight down.
Hope College has found it here in the middle of the second set.
This team showing their experience here, coming all the way back in this third set. Tying it at 15 as Gannon sends that one straight into the net. On serve. Sent right at Fox off the fingertips to the backcourt. Herendeen is there. Fox and Oates send it over for the reset. Off the hands of Oates on that kill attempt from Jackson. Herendeen does well to keep it in play. Off the hands of Gannon. McFarland with the kill. And the crowd is rocking here at the Highmark Center. Credit to Herendeen going all the way into the Hope bench to save that one. Unfortunate.
Grant, great moves by the official over there in front of the bench. They were coming towards him, and he had to do a little dance to get out of the way. Did really well.
Kept live by Lee. Fox sends it over at Gavros. Up for Woodard. Off the hands of Fox. The Tartans lead 18-15 in this third set. We are tied 1-1. Dug up by Oates. Up for Burbridge. Gets the kill off the hands of McFarland and out of bounds. Kate Lertima coming back into the match for the Dutch at the front line. Brooke Fox serving. Up for Woodard, right at Oates. Oates does well to take the power out of it. Up for Jackson, kept in by Gannon. Up for Lertima, sent to the middle of the court for Gavros. And Bella Woodard slams it home for the strong kill.
I was waiting for the back set right there, Grant, and they got it to Woodard. She came with the big swing with the left hand over there. The Hope College likes to run their offense through the middle kills. CMU likes to attack on the wings, on the sides, the outside hits.
Lee underneath it for Burbridge. Set to the backcourt right at Tumala. Up for Woodard again. Bella Woodard back-to-back kills for the Tartans. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Retapping that well with Woodard. And Coach Schmidt is going to take a timeout in this third set as Carnegie Mellon lead 20-16. And we'll stay here during this timeout. Bella Woodard catching fire in this third set.
Don't forget, first set was a 25-14 victory for Hope. And CMU come back 25-9 in the second set. Now we're at 20-16 and a one that is much closer than either of the first two sets, Grant. And it's much like volleyball often is. It's kind of swinging back and forth.
Bella Woodard has played every match for CMU. In their last meeting between the Dutch and the Tartans, Woodard had 3 kills total in 3 sets. In the first set, she had 3 and keeps adding. The Tartans look to keep feeding Woodard as Gavros gets ready to serve. CMU looking to knock out the 2 seed. And Lauren Lee getting fancy with the behind the head, dropping it in the bottom corner.
The reverse dunk. Good read, recognition, and execution of that one.
Oates to serve. Right at Tumala for Herkenrother, who gets it over. Lurtsima sends it over for the reset. Up for Woodard again, off the hands of Wyma and Lurtsima. And that time, the Dutch found Woodard's match.
Both timeouts in this set taken by Hope College. Coach Schmidt, they've got the next 2 points after that timeout. They're now within 2.
Dug up by Gavros. Up for Jackson. Catherine Jackson with the kill for the Tartans. That one right in front of Brooke Fox.
So Gavros continues to be the energizer bunny for her teammates, getting fired up after each Tartans point.
Danny Lee to serve. Lee underneath it. Right at Gavros, sends it right back over to Oates. Lee able to drop it right over Herkenrother.
Well, that time, Grant, I think CMU is maybe preparing for Wyma in the middle, and we recognized it, and she took advantage and went for the second contact kill.
Gavros able to save that one. Lee underneath it for Wyma. Kenny Lee sends it to the stats crowd over there. Out of bounds for the Dutch point. And the Dutch looking to make a run here with Lee serving right at Jackson. Lee underneath it for Wyma, lifting it over Herkenrother. And Olivia Wyma showing her versatility with power and finesse, causing Coach and Bach to take a timeout as we're tied 21-21 in this third set. And we'll be right back after this. Tell the world you're watching, share your experience, connect with other fans, and gain behind-the-scenes access to your favorite teams. For more information, visit ncaa.com/social. We're back here at Highmark Center in a tied set, 21-21, between the Hope College Flying Dutch and the Carnegie Mellon University Tartans.
This is going to be a really tough blow for the Tartans to take, Grant. If they don't win this set, they were in the lead for most of it. Not in a secure lead, as evidenced by Hope College now tying this.
Up for Jackson. And there's the kill for Catherine Jackson. Just what Coach Bach wanted out of that timeout.
That's it. Once again, you take the timeout. You want to get into your offense. You want to get that point.
Jackson now serving. Right at Oates. Lee underneath it for Weima. Off the hands of Herkenrother. And that's going to be a kill for Olivia Weima.
Worst kept secret there. You could see that one being set up for Weima. She took a step back, and it was a very low set, and she was able to hammer that one home.
Herendeen to serve. Right at Gavros. Up for John. Big block by Weima, kept alive by the Tartans. Sent over right at Weima. Fox with a powerful kill attempt. Kept alive by Schlemmer. And that's going to be a violation on Schlemmer. And the fans here not happy with that. As now Hope College taking the lead 23-22. And just 2 points away. Herendeen right at Gavros. Lee underneath it for John, off the hands of Weima. Up for Brooke Fox. Over for Schlemmer. And Schlemmer, Elizabeth Schlemmer with the kill.
Schlemmer's been good tonight. The opposite hitter from Centerville, Ohio, near Columbus. She's been aggressive. She's been vocal out there. She's been calling for it, and that time she put it home. McFarland checks in the middle here.
Herkenrother to serve. Gets it over for Oates. Lee trying to get fancy. Up for Schlemmer again. Finds the back corner, and that will give the Tartans the lead. 24-23 in this third set. A pivotal set at that. And now Bryn Schern checking into the game. Going to take the ball from Herkenrother to serve. Schern already with a few aces in the match. Right at Oates. Lee with the set for Fox. Sent right at Schern. Lee up for John. That one up for Fox. Off the hands of Schern and into the crowd. And that will tie the match up 24-24. Tie the set, 24-24. Now either team needing to win by 2 to take this pivotal third set. Butler to serve. Right at Gavros. Up for Burbridge. Kept alive by Schlemmer. And that kill attempt by John just wide. Calling for a touch off Burbridge. Not going to get it. And now the Dutchman in control. Butler to serve. And now clips the net. Kept alive by Danny Lee. Up for John. Right at Herendeen. Up for Fox. Clipped by Schlemmer. Gavros up for Schlemmer. Off the hands of Burbridge and Fox. And it will be a Tartan point. The Tartans have tied this set up. And Kevin, this will be just a heartbreaker for either side at this point to lose this set. Such a pivotal third set.
The loser of this set is going to have a real hard time emotionally, Grant, to play that fourth set, to try to find that energy to pull it out. That's where you need a little bit of mental strength to do it.
Right at Fox. Up for Fox. Blocked by Woodard. McFarland with the block. And McFarland going to be called for a net violation. And going to be a Hope College point. McFarland positioned well there. Just a little too close to the net. The Dutch back in control of this third set. Gagnon to serve.
Nerve-wracking time here for the hosts.
Dug out by Jackson. Kamala underneath it for John. Set cross court off the hands. And that's going to be a violation from the Dutch. And the Tartans tied up 26-26. Down to serve. Dug up by Fox, a little too much on it, kept alive by Jackson and McFarland. Blocked by Burbridge, kept alive by Gavros. Up for Fox, blocked by McFarland and Woodard. Tumala is there, Gavros with the set. For Jackson, off the hands of Burbridge. Up for Burbridge, kept alive by the Tartans. Up for Woodard, Woodard off the hands, kept in by Herendeen. And that's going to be an antenna violation by Brooke Fox, and now the Tartans have flipped it and take control of this third set, 27-26.
Herendeen with an incredible diving save on that back line, but that was just silly at the net.
Dug out by Oates, Lee gets there, up for Fox. Gavros digs it out, up for Jackson, sent to the back court. Up for Fox. And that is going to be a violation on Brooke Fox. And CMU, the Tartans will take this third set 28-26. And the Highmark Center is absolutely rocking. And we'll be right back for this fourth set. CMU lead 2-1. And we're back here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for the fourth set between Hope College Flying Dutch and the Carnegie Mellon University Tartans.
That was an exciting set.
The Tartans just won the third set, 28-26, in a marathon set. Now the Tartans lead 2-1. The winner will play Wisconsin Eau Claire, who won earlier today against Wittenberg.
They were really good. Eau Claire was really good. They won 25-23, 15-25, 25-14, 25-18.
Eau Claire, the 1 seed. And they played like it earlier today. And now a fun matchup between the 2 seed Flying Dutch and the 3 seed Tartans. The Tartans in control. The Dutch took the first set 25-14 quite easily. And now the CMU Tartans took the second set 25-9, flipping the script on the Dutch. And now in a back and forth matchup in the third set, the Tartans got the better of the Dutch with some help from the CMU crowd in attendance. And the Dutch coming out with 40 seconds left before the fourth set. Now the Dutch having to show their experience and mental strength, like you said earlier, Kevin.
Yes, because it's such a disheartening set to lose, right? I mean, you were down. You were never down big, Grant, but you were basically trailing the whole set, and you found a way to not only tie it, you had an opportunity to close it out. You took the lead, and it became like a back and forth. And then, as you just mentioned, it looked like they had a point, and it was a violation. We don't even know what the violation was. Really tough set to lose. So, you got to bounce back here. You got to be mentally strong.
The Tartans getting the better of the Dutch in a couple of longer rallies in that third set. And a couple of errors from the Dutch. Right earlier in that third set, they had a rotation mistake that caused them a point. Right in the moment might not seem like much, or a service error might not seem like much in the moment. When it goes down, when you go 28-26, those errors can make the difference. Let's see how the Dutch respond. Tumala to serve to get this fourth set underway. Dug out by Fox. Lee underneath it. Up for Lurtsima. Set cross court. Big block by Weima. Up for McFarland. Weima again, back-to-back blocks. Second one resulting in the point for the Dutch.
You can hear both of those thuds on those blocks. Really well done.
Tess Herendeen checking in now for the Dutch. Great defensive work from Herendeen so far in the 3 sets. Dug out by Jackson, sent to the stats table and out of bounds for an ace for Herendeen.
Hope College takes the early control of this 4th set, showing that mental toughness.
Again at Jackson. Sent wayward again, but Woodard was there. Sent across for the reset. Up for Weima. Big block there by Juliana McFarland.
McFarland fired up the middle block right there against Weima, who had been really dominant in that middle against the Tartans.
Kate John to serve. Right at Oates. Lee underneath it for Content. Lee again over now for Fox. Blocked again by Woodard and McFarland. Weima sent to the backcourt. John digs it out. Out for Woodard. Off the hands of Weima. McFarland blocking it and setting it. Oates is there. Up for Weima. Off the hands of McFarland. And that's going to be a Dutch point. Tumala seemed to have a beat on that one, but the deflection from McFarland sent it out of her reach. Now Angie Butler.
That was a really good battle in the middle between McFarland and Weima on that rally, Grant.
Gavros there with the pass. And Bella Woodard with the kill off the block attempt from Burbridge. Catherine Oates checking back in the libero for the Dutch as the libero for the Tartans prepares to serve. Dug out by Herendeen for Lee, up for Burbridge. Tumala's there. Up for Jackson. For Burbridge. And Cameron Burbridge able to whiz it past Gavros.
Found some space midway back on that right sideline to put that one down. The Hope College continue to attack right in the middle, Grant. That seems to be their preferred way to attack.
That one up for Woodard. And that one's blocked and going to stay in by Brooke Fox. And like you said, Hope trying to attack from the middle. The Tartans attacking from the outside, trying to get it away from that middle block. Gagnon to serve. Dug up by John. Sent cross court.
Wow, what a save.
Kept in. That one's not enough on it. Sent into the crowd. And it's going to be a Tartan point. Catherine Jackson getting credited with that kill. Good effort by the Dutch. Danny Lee to serve. Dug out by Gagnon. Up for Burbridge. Pass. A diving John and a Dutch point.
Doubling up the Tartans here early in this 4th set. A set that Hope College must have, down 2-1.
The Dutch fighting for their season to continue. Right at Gavros. For Shern. Up for Burbridge. Dug out by Gavros. Lee with the pass for Jackson. Up for Burbridge. And Jackson didn't hesitate to bother with that block attempt. And Burbridge lays it down.
Really good offense right there. Burbridge ran from the middle, curled to the far side for the outside hit. It was a good set, gave her a good angle.
Dug up by Gavros. Up for Jackson, sent cross court. Fox was there. Gavros able to dig that one out. Set over for the reset by Shern. Right at Lee. Schlemmer there. Trying to get that one over. Needs an explanation. It's going to be a Dutch point off the Tartan violation. And Coach Ann Bach going to take a timeout in this fourth set. The Dutch leading 8-3 in this fourth set, needing it to continue their season. And we'll be right back after this. Fans, you can now access the official NCAA digital game program on your mobile device free of charge. Visit ncaa.com/game programs for an inside look at tonight's matchup. Coach Bach taking a timeout for the Tartans as the Dutch lead 8-3 in this fourth set, needing it to continue this match. The Tartans won the pivotal third set, 28-26. Brooke Fox now to serve. Lee with the set for Herkenrother. Sent right at Fox. Gavros able to dig it out. That one up for Jackson. Up for Lurtsima. Kept in by Gavros. That one up for Catherine Jackson. Blocked by Burbridge. For Burbridge. Danny Lee able to get underneath it. Schlemmer sends it to the backcourt. Up for Jackson. Catherine Jackson's kill attempt just wide, and it will be a Dutch point.
It's amazing how the momentum does not carry over to some of these sets. They're all their own little set. It's kind of crazy. Hope College now lead 9-3 in this one.
Up for Schlemmer. Blocked out of bounds by Lurtsima. Kate Lurtsima was looking for it. Fell behind her.
Tartan's got to give their crowd a reason to get back into this one. They were on their feet at the end of that last set.
Catherine Jackson to serve. Right at Gagnon. Lee with the set for Lurtsima. And that one past the diving Gavros. And Kate Lurtsima trying to get the Dutch back in this match. Bringing the energy. Catherine Oates. All MIAA second team. Up for Schlemmer. Big block from Weima. Right back down at Herkenrother. Herkenrother not expecting it.
It's kind of weird to say, Grant, leading 2 sets to, or trailing 2 sets to 1, but I think Hope College has now seized control of this one.
Definitely the Dutch in full control of this fourth set, leading 11-4. Jackson off the block attempt from Weima. Big kill for Jackson.
Much needed right there.
Bryn Shern now serving. A weapon with these serves. That one drops right in front again, and that's going to be another ace for Shern. Another multi-game ace. Shern again drops it for the Fox. Up for Lurtsima. Lee with the pass to John off the hands of Weima. Oates sends it over for the reset. Dug out by Lee for John. Blocked by Weima again. Again, Oates was there. Weima with the kill. Looks like Juliana McFarland was expecting maybe a little more power there from Weima. But Weima catching it off their fingertips, slowed it down. Cornely to serve. Dug out by Jackson. Up from McFarland. And that one not going to get over the net from Lertzima.
Three of the last four give the Tartans a glimmer of hope here in this fourth set.
Dug out there by Fox. Up for Weima. Dug it by Gavros. Sent over. Jown is there. Jackson sends it over to the reset. And that one going to be out of bounds.
That was last touch by Hope. Yep, point to CMU.
The Tartans down in this fourth set. Tumala to serve. At Fox. Up for Weima. Just wide. And the Tartans back-to-back points.
3 consecutive. 5 of 7. I'm sorry. 5 of 6.
And now the crowd is going here in the Highmark Center. Tumala sends it cross court to a diving Oates, who's able to get there. Lee with the set for Fox. Right back at Tumala. Lee with the set for Weima. Gabbro sends it right back over. Lertzima. Jackson with a diving dig for John. Off the hands of Brooke Fox, who wasn't anticipating it. And that's going to be another Tartan point.
Really some good saves by the Tartans right there, setting up Jown on that far side with the outside hit off the back line. Makes it 12-10 lead for Hope College here in this fourth set.
Tumala to serve. Right at Fox. Oates with the set for Lertzimas. Up for John, sent to the back court. And Fox, good eye there that time to see that one out. Just past the back line. Tess Herendeen now in the match. She's getting ready to serve. 3-point lead for Hope in this fourth set. Down by a set to the Tartans. Dug out by Jackson. Up for John. That one just wide. Just past the official. And now Hope growing their lead. Looking to take advantage. Herendeen to serve. Jackson with the pass to Woodard, who takes out Gavros. Gavros pops back up. Centers herself again. Up for content off the hands of Tumala. Sent to the back of the gym, and that's going to be another Dutch point.
3 consecutive. Tartans closed it to 2 points. Now they're down 5 again here in the fourth set. They lead 2-1.
Herendeen to serve. Dug out by Jackson. Tumala with the set. For Woodard, sent right back at Herendeen. Lee for Weima. Off of McFarland. Woodard able to safe it. Lee with the set for Weima. Past Jackson. And Hope College continues to grow their lead. Forcing Coach Ann Bach to take her second timeout. The Dutch lead 16-10 in this fourth set, needing the set. And we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Carnegie Mellon University for this NCAA Division III Women's Volleyball Regional Tournament match between the 2 seed Hope College Flying Dutch and the 3 seed Carnegie Mellon University Tartans. The Tartans down by 6, but in this fourth set, lead by a set 2-1. The Dutch taking a bit of control of this fourth set. Tess Herendeen will get the ball to serve as the Tartans coming out of that Ann Bach timeout look to dig themselves out of this 6-point deficit. That one by Herendeen straight into the net, and exactly what Coach Bach wanted. Slowing down this Hope offense.
Well, you want to get the point after the timeout. You're not really counting on a service error, but CMU will take it.
Down to serve. That one straight in the net, and they trade service errors. That's not what Coach Bach wants to see.
No, you just can't do that after Carnegie Mellon. I believe that's the second time Jown has put it into the net serving today.
Jown all over the court today. That one by the Dutch, right at Gavros. Up for Fox. Gavros there again. Kumala sets it up for John. Off the hands of Wyma. Wyma that time positioned in the backcourt. Not her natural position.
Jown, what she does best right there, getting the kill this time from the back line, and what had to go over as the third touch. She made it hard to handle, and Gavros to the service line. She likes to spin it before hitting it.
For Lee, for Burbridge, off the hands of John. Great job by John to get her body behind that one. Lee with the set for Fox, blocked out of bounds by Woodard. Amelia Gagnon back in the match to serve for the Dutch. The Dutch leading in this fourth set. Dug out by the Tartans. Tumala does well to get it back over. And that kill attempt by Burbridge, too long. John made an attempt, missed it. Fortunate enough, it was out of bounds. Danny Lee now serving.
She's looking to the sidelines, looking for some instructions from the staff. Gets the whistle, and there it is. There's the directions behind the clipboard, as is the custom from the staffs.
Up for Burbridge. Kick it right back at Lee. For Schlemmer, sends it cross court to Lee. Up for Brooke Fox. Dug out by John. Up for Schlemmer again. Burbridge right at Gavros. Gavros, good reaction. Burbridge with a big block. Kept alive well by the Tartans. Sent to the backcourt, and that is going to be a violation on the Tartans. A double hit there. Kate Lurtsimas checking into the game at the front line for the Dutch. Brooke Fox, ball in hand, getting ready to serve. The Dutch up 19-13 in this fourth set. Dug out by Gavros. Up for Jackson. That one up for Lurtsimas. Dug out by John. That one sends it over for the reset. Lee underneath it. Up for Burbridge. Again for Jackson. Blocked there by Lauren Lee and Cameron Burbridge. Lee so versatile for her team. Playing at the front, at the outside hitter position, but plays like a libero. Right at Jown. Up for Schlemmer, off the hands of Burbridge, sent to the backcourt, and that will be a Tartan point.
I think Schlemmer's been the best Tartan today.
Catherine Jackson to serve. The Tartans look to climb back into this one. And that one by Burbridge just wide. Now the Tartans just down by 5. That one dug out by Gagnon. Lee trying to catch him sleeping, but Gavros is there to counter. Burbridge able to use her frame to keep that one alive. Dug up by Oates. For Lee, who sends it just wide, and Lauren Lee, frustrated with herself, saw the open space. Coach Schmidt giving Lee a little bit of advice there.
Yeah, she took quite a few steps to get over to make sure we could hear her. So we're going to wipe up some moisture.
The space was there for Lee in that backcourt. Came up a little too narrow on it and sent it wide. Catherine Jackson to serve. Now just a 4-point deficit. Right at Gagnon. Lee underneath it. Up for Lurtsimas. Over for John. Dug out brilliantly by Gagnon. Again, Gavros is there. Up for Schlemmer, blocked by Burbridge. Sent right at Oates for the reset. Up for Burbridge. Gavros is there. Schlemmer off the hands of Burbridge. The Dutch keep it alive. Off the hands of two Tartans and out of bounds.
Really good rally right there.
Sophie Pan has checked into the game. Her first action of the tournament at the front line for the Tartans. Oates to serve, sends it cross court, and there's an ace for Catherine Oates and the Dutch. Gavros with the attempt there on that serve. Oates to John, sends it to the backcourt. Jackson is there underneath it. Gavros sends it for the reset. Up for Wyma. Blocked by Pan. Up for John. That one off the hands of Gagnon. And a Tartan point.
Tartans needed that one, Grant. It was going to be 23-16. Still could be headed for a fifth set, but maybe they get a few points here and make it interesting.
Dug out there by Fox for Wyma. Fallon sends it over. Oates able to dig it out for Wyma. Big block there by McFarland. Lee with the set for John. That one blocked out of bounds by Lee and Wyma. And the Tartans are closing the Dutch's lead. Schern to serve. Over to Wyma. Right back at Bryn Schern. Up for McFarland over the hands of Wyma. Sent over by Brooke Fox. Schern with the pass for Schlemmer. The Dutch collide but keep it alive. That one off of a diving Schlemmer. And McFarland for the Dutch point. Now the Tartans in a bit of a deficit, having to play perfect volleyball to win this in 4 sets. Lee to serve. Jowan is there. Sent over by Jackson. Lee with the set for Wyma. Right at Danny Lee. Jackson sends it over for the reset. Up for Kate Lurtsimas. And now the Dutch within 1 of forcing a 5th set against the host, Carnegie Mellon.
Hope College, no panic. Carnegie Mellon made a bit of a run, but got back into their offense, and now they're at set point.
Lee with the serve. Over for John. Off the block of Wyma. Schlemmer sent to the cross court, and that's going to be in for the Tartan point. That one just on the line. Good eyes by the official to see that one in. Kumala now with the ball in hand. Set to serve. Right at Brooke Fox. Up for the Dutch. And that one by Kate Lurtsimas will force this match into 5 sets as the Dutch take the 4th set, 25-19. And buckle in, we've got a crazy 5th set coming up right here on NCAA.com. We're back here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Carnegie Mellon University for this 2-seeded, 3-seeded matchup moving the Hope College Flying Dutch and the Carnegie Mellon University Tartans in a 5th set match. Looking back at the September 18th match between these two teams, the Dutch took it handedly 3-0. A completely different Tartans team they are facing tonight. The Dutch took the first set 25-14, and they seemed to be in full control. The Tartans took the second set 25-9, flipping the script. The Tartans took the third set 28-26 in a back-and-forth matchup. And again, in another back-and-forth set, in the 4th set, the Dutch take it 25-19, forcing a 5th set. As Lee is to serve, and the Tartans get on the board first. Kamala to serve. Dug out by Fox. Up for Weima. Kept alive by McFarland and John. Sent over by Tumala. Olivia Weima. With the kill for the Dutch to tie this match up. Herendeen to serve. Dug out by Gabros. Up for Woodard, and Bella Woodard with the kill for the Tartans.
Woodard's been good as an outside hitter. Opposite side, left hand, right side. Cross-court corner winner there.
And in this 5th set, just 15 points needed to win the set and the match. Olivia Weima with the kill.
I think that gives her 17 on this match, Grant. She's just made good decisions in that front line in the middle. That time she went with a little dumper, soft dumper.
Everyone in there on their feet here at the Highmark Center. That one's up for Woodard. And that one gonna find the court past the diving Herendeen for the Bella Woodard kill.
Trading points. Staying 1 point ahead of the Tartans here in this 5th deciding set. Grant, this is where, you got to be thinking of the seniors, because one of these sides, their senior, their volleyball career is going to end here today for their school.
Up for Fox, dug up by Gabros. Up for Woodard, blocked by Burbridge, out of the reach of Herendeen, and that's back-to-back kills for Bella Woodard. Rose to serve, dug up by Herendeen. Up for Content. Jackson was there to knock it back down. Fox sends it over. Up for Woodard, blocked that time by Brooke Fox there on the block, along with Cameron Burbridge. Amelia Gagnon now serving in a pivotal 5 in the 5th set. Right at Jackson. Up for Woodard. Blocked by Burbridge. And that time, gonna find the Tartan side.
2 quick points for Hope College. Tie this at 4.
And again, just needing 15 points in this 5th set to take the match and advance. And it's a miscommunication in the worst time for the Tartans between Jackson and John.
Grant, I've always found it weird that they only need to go to 15 in the last set, but that's how they do it.
Volleyball matches are a marathon, and you are seeing that here tonight. Dug out by Jackson. Up for Jackson. Off Gagnon. Herendeen in pursuit. Got a touch to it. Sent to the Dutch bench. But the Tartans will take the point. Danny Lee now serving. Elizabeth Schlemmer at the front line for the Tartans. Dug out by Fox. Up for Lee and Burbridge. Burbridge able to get the kill out of the reach of the libero.
That was too easy. They handled the service. They put it right in the middle and the set. And Burbridge was waiting for that opportunity to slam it home for the kill.
Fox to serve. Dug out by Gavros. Lee with the set for Jackson. And Catherine Jackson lays down the hammer for the Tartans. Past Brooke Fox.
Jackson with the nasty finish right there.
Tied at 6s. Dug out that time by Fox. Now up for Fox. Sent over a leaping Kai Herkenrother.
Really good read right there.
We've seen about everything in this match so far. Still more to come in this fifth set. The Dutch lead 7-6. Catherine Oates. Danny Lee with the set for Schlemmer. And that's going to come off the hands of Weima. And going to be a...
Yeah, you can hear the deflection, Grant. Even with our headsets and the noise in here, you could kind of hear the thud, the movement of the ball. 7-up.
Bryn Schern to serve. Dug out by Fox for Weima. Lee with the set for Schlemmer. Set cross court, kept in by Lauren Lee. Right at Jackson. Schern underneath it. John sends it over for the reset. Lee with the set. Off the hands, into the rafters, bounces in the rafters. Jackson able to get underneath it. Lee with the set for Weima, and that's going to find the Tartan side and be a Dutch point. And now we've hit halfway through this fifth set. The teams will switch sides. And I overheard some of the Tartan players talking after last night's game, saying they could not even talk to each other. It's so loud in here. Same atmosphere tonight as last in a pivotal fifth set match.
Well, that can be fun because of the crowd, but it also could be a problem because you can't communicate like you need to when you're running your defense or your offense. So, Hope at the line, up one. Seem to have a little bit of an edge here right now, Grant.
Lee will get the serve after the break. The Dutch with the lead by 1. Dug out by Schlemmer. Danny Lee underneath it. Up for Jan. That one up for Lurtsimas. Kept alive by the Tartans. Sent over by Schlemmer. Lee with a diving dig. And that's going to be a violation. Double hit on the Dutch for the Tartan point.
That was really good diving save and a completed somersault after she did it, Grant, for Hope College to keep it alive, but Tartan's got it back over and they collected that point.
Lauren Lee again showing her athleticism as we are tied at 8 in this fifth set. Right at Fox, Lee with the set for Weima. Big block by McFarland. Again blocked. And the Tartans now have the lead, 9-8.
Down with that one. One of the few times today, Grant, that the Tartans had the answer in the middle for Weima right there. Got that block, and then the second block gets him the point.
McFarland there with a big block against Weima. That one passed by Fox. Another big block by Woodard and McFarland. And that forces Coach Becky Schmidt to take a timeout. The Tartans in control here in this fifth set, leading 10-8. Tied at 2 sets, needing 15 points to take the match.
Well, a couple blocks right there from Juliana McFarland. She was just recently named the most valuable player in the UAA when they announced its postseason accolades on Tuesday. She landed a spot on the All-UAA first team, while juniors Nia Tumala and Kate Jown were named to the second team, with senior Catherine Jackson and junior Zoe Gavros being recognized honorable mention.
Coming into tonight, Juliana McFarland had 124 total blocks, has only added to that in this tournament so far. Looking to take that into the regional final tomorrow against Wisconsin Eau Claire, who won earlier today in a match against Wittenberg. Now the crowd is loud as the Tartans re-enter the court. Juliana McFarland at the center of it. And Nea Tumala will serve. Dug out by Fox. Up for Contant. Kept in by Bella Woodard. Gowan sends it over. Dug out by Fox. Warren lead there for Lertsimas. Great one-handed dig by Gavros. Sent cross court, dug out by Lee. Content sent to the backcourt. Too much hand on it, and it'll be out of bounds. And the Carnegie Mellon University Tartans take an 11-8 lead in this fifth set.
I think what was critical there is the way the ball was getting sent over. Hope College could not get it to Wyma in the front line in the middle for the big kill, so advantage right now Tartans by 3.
Wyma with the kill attempt, gonna find the court and it will be a completed kill. Gavros had a beat on it, let it go. Made the case, the call will stand. The Dutch down by 2. Both teams now fighting for their seasons to continue till tomorrow night. Herendeen to serve. Dug out by Jown. Up for Jown. And there's a kill for Kate Jown.
That was really well done to receive that serve. And the set, Jown was able to get her momentum right into it for an excellent kill. And now she goes to the service line.
Having to control those emotions. Adrenaline is pumping. Up for Fox. Big block again by Woodard and McFarland. And the Tartans have taken control, forcing the second timeout from Becky Schmidt. And we'll be right back after this. We're back here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for this fifth set barn burner between the Hope College Flying Dutch and the Carnegie Mellon University Tartans. The Tartans lead 13-9 in this fifth set, only needing 15 points to win the match and advance to the regional final.
We've seen Jown struggle a little at the line. This is a big one to get it over the net. It's to get this point. That way they have set point for the Tartans. When you got your opponent down, keep them down. Don't give them the hope, which no pun intended.
Down to serve. Right at Oates. Herendeen pops it up for Fox. Off the hands of McFarland. Up for Woodard. Bella Woodard right at Contant. Up for Wyma. Off of Gavros' chest. Kept alive by the Tartans. That one up for Wyma again, and that one will land. Olivia Wyma with the kill.
A Wyma whammo right there. Gavros dug out that first one, but could not control Wyma on that second one, and now you give him a little bit of hope.
Butler to serve, able to get it over. That one up for Jackson, blocked by Burbridge. Up for Jackson again, blocked by Burbridge, kept alive by the Dutch. Burbridge right at Tumala. Up for Jackson, sent cross court to Herendeen. And that will be a violation on the Dutch. The Dutch now in these last two sets, some costly errors. And now the Tartans within one of winning the match and advancing. The libero Zoe Gabros. And we're going to have a substitution here by the Tartans.
There's some conversation happening at the scorers table. The official put up like 6 fingers, Grant. That's why I wasn't really sure what.
I believe that was indicating the last violation was on number 6, Cameron Burbridge for the Dutch.
Okay, good clarification. They
sub Kai Herkenrother in at the front line for the Tartans as Gabros gets prepared to serve. And that one right at Herendeen. Up for Burbridge, blocked by Herkenrother, who just subbed into the match, and that will do it.
didn't really get a chance, Grant. I was going to mention how Herkenrother operates in the middle there, and she's really good at finding the ball that comes off the net, or didn't even get the opportunity. She put the block up and got the winner, and what was an excellent match. This was a lot of fun to watch.
After 5 sets, the CMU Tartans win 3 sets to 2, winning the 5th set 15-10. Stick around right here on NCAA.com for the presentation of some awards for Hope College, celebrating their great season. Congratulations to the Hope College Flying Dutch on a great season. And congratulations to the Carnegie Mellon University Tartans on winning this exciting match, 3 sets to 2, and advancing to the regional tournament final tomorrow night against the 1 seed, Wisconsin-Eau Claire, right here at 5 p.m. From our entire crew, we thank you and good night.